Hey everybody. Making an impromptu video. This is what, 8 o'clock in the morning. Please excuse all the other sounds around. I just want to go ahead and make this video. A YouTuber that I followed quite a lot and had some interaction with here and there. His real name was Emer Prevost. He did go by the screen name of He11sing920 for a long time. He was a reviewer, a movie reviewer. He had a series called Reaction and Review, where he would sit there, watch a film. If he felt like he had to comment on something, he would hit record on the camera, say his comments during the film. Afterward, he'd give like an overview of how it, he would break it down. Every nook and cranny about the camera work, special effects, acting, sound, everything. The man had a lot of videos doing that. I sent him a couple of movies to review. I just found out this morning that he passed away. Now, I know that medically he had complications from a hernia. He was a very large man. For those of you who do not know who he is, he was a large guy. I'm not sure how much he weighed, but he had a hernia. And he was going to go in for bariatric surgery. If I'm not mistaken, it was going to be the same procedure that Boogie2988 recently had done. Now, from what I can gather, Emer wasn't able to get that procedure done. So I know that he was in a lot of pain. His stomach was in a lot of pain because of the hernia and everything. I'm not exactly sure. It was just yesterday he passed away. This is what, August 7th, he passed away on the 6th. He was actually a couple of years younger than I was. I am. He was 35. I just wanted to kind of talk about him, what he meant to me, how I found him. I actually, I started watching his videos because I was trying to remember a movie that I saw on the shelves of Blockbuster, and I only saw the cover of it, and it looked weird. It was a movie called Terror Tunes, and I saw a couple of different people did videos on it. One was a guy named Esh. He used to have a series called Horrible Horror, and I think he has a new channel now called Fiction Addiction. Check him out; he's great. Only he had a 2-part video on that movie, and only one of them exists now. I'm not sure why. But then also, Emer did a reaction and review on it. Now I've gone back. I mean, it's a bad movie. I've not seen it personally, but it's a bad movie. I went back to his very, very first reaction and review, and it was something he kind of did because he wanted to give his thoughts on the movie. And then what that was I think it was the first movie that was done by Channel Awesome. Not the first movie, but like the first storyline one that they did, which was Kick-Assia. And he didn't like Doug Walker. Didn't like a lot of the people from Channel Awesome. Just his thing. I'm sure maybe if he would have given some of them a chance, maybe he would have liked him. He seemed to have a lot of taste in common with Brad Jones, Cinema Snob, as far as his horror movies and whatnot. And they actually did cover a lot of similar films. But yeah, he watched that one, and I think he watched Suburban Nights, and I don't think he ever got around to watching To Boldly Flee, which bullet dodged as far as I'm concerned. But and I watched a lot of his reviews. I know John Lawrence, my partner here on the channel. He was going through his backlog, and the man had years of videos done. I think stretching all the way back to 2002. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going by memory, which my memory's crap. So, but over the years, I wanted to, I wanted to interact with him. I've commented on his videos here and there. Films that I liked, films that I didn't like, films that we both seen. If we had different opinions on it, I actually, voiced mine in the comments. But I also sent him a few films. I want to say I at least sent him two. One was Doctor Strangelove, a film that I saw and I liked it. Don't own it, mind you, but I did enjoy that, and he did too. That was the first one I sent him. He had an Amazon wish list, and he had movies on there. You bought it off there, get sent to him. The second one, I think, was like Captain Incredible or something weird like that. I can't remember the name. And I also, via a little finagling, I snuck another movie in there. One that I asked him to add, he didn't. Whether or not he actually took the time to watch it, I don't know. It was The Black Cougar. I told, he kind of came up to me. He's like, hey, I just got a movie today. I didn't order it. Nobody told me about this. You're the only person that mentioned it, so I'm assuming that you sent it to me. And I said, hey, I apologize. And I'm like, I'll buy it from you or whatever. And he goes, well, you already paid for it. There's no sense in you paying for it twice. I said, I kind of found a loophole where I added it to the cart with the other movie off your wish list, and it got sent to you. And he kind of like, kudos on finding a loophole. He goes, obviously, since it wasn't on the list, it's not eligible for it. I said, that's fine. I said, I offered up. I said, look, if you're ever interested, and you do give it a watch on your own time, just let me know what you think of it. So whether he actually did that or not, I don't know, and I will never. But he's been recently. He was doing a lot of live streams of Jackbox TV games, Quiplash, and Fibbage, and a couple other ones. And I have actually was able to get in on a couple of games of Quiplash. Actually, I did his last stream. I was able to get in on. I did a couple of games with him. It kind of hits me as odd because and when I'm about to say what I'm about to say, don't take it the wrong way, because it's when I found out he was going to have that procedure, the same one that Boogie was going to get done. Now Boogie's been talking about it on camera for a while. He mentioned that it can be dangerous. He said it's very possible I could die on a table. And then I found out that Emer was going to have it done. Now, as far as like I said, to my knowledge, he hasn't had it done. He was going to get it done, but he didn't make it to do that. And I don't think he financially was able to get it done anyway at the moment. He was actually having a fundraiser going for that on it was GoFundMe or something like that. Something told me, like, you get two YouTubers here, two large, by size, your actual personal size, two large YouTubers who are going to get the same thing done. I'm like, one's going to make it, one isn't. Maybe it was a pessimist in me saying that, but or just you always assume the worst in situations. I don't know, but now I wasn't wishing it upon him by any stretch of the imagination. I enjoyed the guy's work. you know, if I would have loved to hang out with him, just you know, as I would, you know, Doug Walker or shoot even maybe Brad Jones. You know, there's you know Decker Shadow. You know, there's plenty of YouTubers on that's out there that I would be like, you know what, you seem to be, you know, a cool enough person. I would love to hang out with you in person. Mark Plyer, Boogie. They seem to be, you know, legitimately good people. More people that I would have a lot in common with and be able to get on with. So, like I said, I meant no ill will with that feeling that I had. It was just it's one of those things. Your mind goes to those places. It's just, and you know, I was like in the back of my mind, I was like, he'll be fine. You know, Boogie went through it fine. He's gonna have it done, no problem. Just to reiterate, he didn't have the procedure done, as far as I'm aware. When I found out Uncle Bootleg did I don't know if I just mentioned this or not, and if I repeat myself, I apologize. Uncle Bootleg did an Instagram post about him. He tagged me in it, and he goes, "Hey, you know, I kind of thought your name sounded familiar before, you know, we officially got to know each other online, because I sent him a few films. I sent Emer a few films, and I didn't know how he found out. And I'm like, this is news to me. It sucks. How'd you find out?" And he pointed me in the direction of a video. Someone did a live stream. Apparently, this was like an old friend of his or acquaintance of Emer's, and they had a falling out. And you know, I don't know the guy who did a video, but he put a picture up of some online post. It wasn't anything like Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. I'm not sure exactly where it came from. But he got on, his brother got on his account and Emer's, and basically did the same post. Telling that he passed away yesterday. When I first heard it, I don't think Bootleg would make anything up like that, but it was just like, I was searching for it, I couldn't find anything because it's still new. I didn't want to believe it. Like I said, I know Bootleg wouldn't make anything up like that, especially with the post that he made. I don't think he would go through that much trouble to make a fake post like that. That's just stupid. And again, I would never assume that of him, but it's just, I was hoping it was fake. But I know that he wouldn't do that. So, it's got me bummed out. It's, you know, I wasn't exactly close to him, but I did interact with him, like I said. I would have loved to have, you know, met him, hung out maybe for a bit, you know, buy the guy a beer or something. But as it stands right now, you know, he's gone. And he will be missed. He's. I always looked forward to his videos. Anytime he had like the Tournament of Doom, where he had a bracket of different movies that was leading up to his anniversary, which was happening recently. I will always look forward to interacting with those and try to cheat the system and vote multiple times to get a movie I wanted him to review up. You know, but he was a funny guy. He was, you know, watching him rage on a bad movie was fun. And it kind of inspired me to do the series that I'm sitting on right now, Alcohol Horror And if I ever get that off the ground, it will 100% be dedicated to him. He was part of the inspiration for it, so like I said, Emer Prevost, you're going to be missed, man. And I just, to his family right now, all the comfort. I just hope that, many of my thoughts are with you guys during this time. And, his close friends, his family, I just, wish that, I hope that, you guys find comfort in this. Anytime someone dies, especially if they're close to you, I know that it can be a time of introspection, looking inward on yourself as far as your life and your own mortality. And I don't know where they stand as far as their beliefs, but I hope that they find what they need and the comfort that they need. So that's all I had to say on the subject. Like I said, He11sing920, Emer Bear Prevost is his full name. 82 to 2017. You're gonna be missed, man. And YouTube won't be the same without you, man. And life won't be the same without your videos. You're gonna be missed. So, thank you for your time.